Hey, what's going on, everyone? Just going to get this going, but there is an Edmonton Oilers trade as the Edmonton Oilers are getting Sam Carrick and Adam Henrique, two guys to bolster their bottom six. Just waiting on details here, but there is a third party involved just for the contracts of Adam Henrique because it's at 5.825 million. Just waiting on the details, but Sam Carrick and Adam Henrique are going to the Edmonton Oilers here, as we're just going to stay live, talk about this trade. And this is not too shabby of a move by Edmonton, getting Henrique, who can play second or third line center if need be. Sam Carrick solidifies the fourth or third line there. And I do believe the Oilers are still maybe in a market for a depth defenseman. Not too sure if they will be going after another right wing. But Sam Carrick and Adam Henrique going to the Oilers. There is salary involved still, so we are just waiting the official trade. But huge news in Edmonton. We'll have to see if they do send down someone or if a player was traded in this. As far as I'm concerned and reading, that it is only draft picks. So there has to, I believe, be a roster move for the Edmonton Oilers here, unless there was enough salary retained on the deal. Go to Mark Spector here. Nope, still nothing. So we are waiting to see what this is, but if you got any questions, I can do it. Darren Drager just posted, sounds like draft picks are returned and a third-party broker involved. We know that. So we're just waiting for the official trade call here. Edmonton, had been linked to Adam Henrique for some time. I kind of felt like a deal was going to be made today with the move of Sam Gagner yesterday and also Vladimir Tarasenko going to Florida today. I think they had interest in Vladimir Tarasenko, but his family was already in Florida. So I have a feeling because he had a full no trade clause, he was kind of picking where he wanted to go and whatnot. But if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as we are going to wait to see what this official trade is for the Edmonton Oilers. And you know what? It shores up our bottom six. Like I said, I do believe that depending on how much is actually placed today, that the Oilers could still be looking at a top six winger. John Shen. Elliot Freeman right now. So the Oilers are out on Sean Walker, as it sounds like Philadelphia is working on a trade that would send Sean Walker to the Colorado Avalanche. So Sean Walker to the Colorado Avalanche possibly, but we're still looking to see what the return is for Anaheim on the deal that's sending Carrick and Henrique to the Edmonton Oilers. We know it's draft picks. That's what everyone's saying here, is draft picks, which we already know that. We just need to know what is on the move and who the third-party team is. I have a feeling the third-party team might be like Arizona. Edmonton does tend to do a lot of deals with Arizona. That could be possibly the third-party team, as we're just going to wait here and see. I'm refreshing Twitter like no tomorrow. I bet you half of the people are here. So Sean Walker. So the Oilers are out on Sean Walker. That is a guarantee. Sorry about that. So Sean Walker could be heading to the Colorado Avalanche here. I don't know why I keep calling them Carolina last few days. It's just been in my head. So let me know what you think in the comments section there. Adam Henrique being an Oilers, Sam Carrick helps on the penalty kill. That was the main thing. I think that's the main concern about the Oilers. After the All-Star break, it went all downhill. I believe, Adam Henrique and Sam Carrick are everyday players for the Edmonton Oilers. So what's that mean for guys like Connor Brown, Matthias Janmark? Do we see maybe Derek Ryan moved out of the lineup? I do like how last night they did swap Janmark and Holloway, playing Holloway on the second line. I could see Holloway being that second line winger if they are done with forwards. Or Henrique has played wing. He can go up to there. And McLeod stays as John Shannon's just reporting that they've been in discussions with Henrique and Carrick for over a month now. So, like I said, I'm just refreshing Twitter to see what the salary retained is, who the third party broker is. I believe Sam Carrick had actually a pretty decent cap hit, so I don't think he's retained on anything. Because I'll just pull that up here on the computer. Yeah, he's at 850,000. So there's nothing there on Sam Carrick unless they did get them to retain. I don't believe they would. So stats on Sam Carrick this year. We'll go to NHL.com for that, as my computer's just pretty slow here today. And of course, the NHL.com is pretty low too, as we are just waiting for official trade details. Why is it? I don't know why it's doing half of this stuff right now. But just refreshing Twitter, see the last of it. I was in the middle of doing a video saying Pierre LeBrun tweeted out that Adam Henrique to the Oilers were heating up. And then while doing the video, it happened. So I just decided to go live. So Sam Carrick has 11 points in 61 games this year. He isn't a point producer, but he does play those bottom 6 minutes and is good at it. Hard forechecking, right-handed shot, which is good for them Edmonton Oilers. And then Adam Henrique, like I said, carries a $5.825 million cap hit, having a solid season with the Anaheim Ducks. So that it is a good trade. I just hope it wasn't overpayment. I know I keep talking pretty fast here. I should probably slow down on that. As we got 9 of you in here, welcome in. As I'm just refreshing Twitter to see what's going on here. As there's still nothing on what's going on. So the official trade call is not officially done yet. As we go to Adam Henrique here, and we'll go check his stats. I would have liked the Oilers to try go after Frank for Toronto too. He is having a great season. He would have been a perfect winger for Nugent Hopkins, but I will settle for Adam Henrique here. As Adam Henrique has 18 goals, 24 assists for 42 points in 60 games, and is a +3 on a Anaheim Ducks squad that isn't doing that good. So he does add some scoring touch there. Hopefully that's kind of what we needed last night in that impressive win over the Elijah. I'm still trying to figure that out. No one on Twitter has posted what we gave up yet. And Michael, depending on what we give up, it could be a bad trade, could be a good trade. I see the positive sides of being Henrique, where he is an upgrade to our bottom 6. He is an upgrade to the penalty kill and can play that second power play unit. Sam Carrick is also a right-handed center, so that's something we can keep an eye out for with Sam Carrick as well. And I am just waiting the official trade call here. Also, like I said earlier, if you haven't seen the earlier of this video, Sean Walker is apparently headed to the Colorado Avalanche. So the Oilers are not in on Sean Walker anymore. That's from Elliot Freeman. Is Philadelphia, Colorado are working on a trade to send Walker to Colorado. So depth defenseman is not going to be Walker or an upgrade to whoever was rumored. I think it was CC. I do think the Edmonton Oilers are in on a defenseman to kind of just bolster the bottom pairing. Joel Edmondson would be great. He has a solid cap hit. I believe I could be wrong, but David Savard is available. He does have a higher cap hit, but he would be that big defenseman that the Oilers are turning to in a sense. We could have a solid third line. Yeah, Kane, Perry, Henrique. Then your fourth line. Yeah, it would be it'd be interesting to see because you still have to deal with your second line right wing, which, like I said, I wouldn't mind Dylan Holloway being that guy. I think he should get time. I'm just going to go get my drink quickly. Throat's getting sore here. So I am refreshing Twitter to see what's going on here. 22 of you in here. Thank you so much for tuning in. As this is just an Oilers Oilers trade here, but it is official that the Colorado Avalanche have traded for Sean Walker. So Sean Walker to the Colorado Avalanche. Still waiting word to see who Edmonton or what Edmonton gave up for retention and who the third-party team is here. Bob Stauffer thinks the third-party team is an Eastern Conference team. Could be the Ottawa Senators and whatnot. No problem. Sorry, my throat is a bit sore today. I was actually, if you didn't hear me earlier, I was doing Adam Henrique to the Oilers video because Pierre LeBrun said it was heating up. Halfway through the video, it's like, yeah, Darren Dreger just said Adam Henrique's an Oiler. I'm like, well, this video is going to the trash pile now because now I can't really do it. As, like I said, we're still waiting to see the official trade here. Also, like I said, Sean Walker is going to Colorado, so the Oilers aren't going to be upgrading their defense, I don't think, as player for player, but could look for that depth defenseman. I know Nick Seeler and the Philadelphia Flyers are working on an extension, so I don't see the Oilers going after him. David Savard would be a great pickup, I think, to be a big body on the third pairing if needed, if there's an injury, or even Joel Edmondson from Washington would be a great player too. Not too sure what other depth defenseman is out there, but we'll have to see when the time comes if the Oilers do decide to go after a depth defenseman. Sorry, my throat's just sore, so I'm drinking a Rockstar. Been an early morning, been up since 5. That was almost 7 hours ago, so 25 of you in here. I'm just going to ask you, if you're new to the channel, like anything NHL related, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It greatly appreciated. Tough times lately, so been trying to get this. We're 309 away, I believe, from our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Don't usually go live for this, but oh, here we go. So Eric Steffens are saying here in the Oilers' first round pick in 2024 and a conditional 5th round in 2025 that can improve to a 4th is if Edmonton wins it all. So that's going to Anaheim, a 1st and a conditional 5th. And if the Oilers win a Stanley Cup this season, it goes to the 4th, which that's actually not too terrible. I actually don't mind that because the original asking price was a 2nd, a 3rd, and an extra 3rd. So going to the 1st kind of saves you your 2nd and a 3rd. And then your 5th. Yeah, I actually like that deal by the Edmonton Oilers. Of course, there is a 3rd team, so that could be where the 3rd thing is. And no, we didn't lose a player. Mimi, I'm doing some. What's up?
Can you help me pick the baby Ronald that's sleeping out?
Yeah, I'm just doing a video right now, okay? Sorry, the daughter came in while we were doing this. So if it is a 1st and a conditional 5th, I'll take that trade all day. Of course, the third-party team probably wanted a 4th or a 3rd. So the 3rd could be, I think they can go up to 3 years later, so 2026 draft, which isn't terrible. And Elliot Freeman did just say that Edmonton did send the 1st rounder plus another late conditional pick. So they are expecting the Edmonton Oilers to do at least one more trade prior to Friday's deadline. That one with these 2 players coming in, I could see maybe being a player for player. That'd be unless you send someone on waivers or send them down the AHL, I do not want to see Holloway in the AHL. That is one thing I would say do not do. It's cool. You can help. Oh, that's fine. I got 3 kids, so, and the wife's downstairs having a nap, so I'll help her in a bit. As we're still waiting to see what the third team is here. But yeah, like I was saying, I think for the Edmonton Oilers, if you're going to make another trade, it's going to have to be player for player. I don't know if they're still in on Pavel Benevich due to salary cap inclinations there. They might have to trade a player, which don't get me wrong. If Benevich is still available and the Oilers are pursuing him, I'd be game for it after this trade, knowing that you just gave up your first for 2 players and a 5th. Also, if they do decide that they still want to go after Benevich, he does have an extra year on his contract, which you could use next year's first-round pick if you really wanted, because then you're kind of getting the same guy, right? So, been live for 60 minutes. Welcome in, everyone. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, as I do anything NHL, whatever team is. I am an Oilers fan, so more Oilers than anything. But like earlier, I did the Rasmus Sandin and then the, Vladimir Tarasenko to the Florida Panthers, which Florida I can see maybe winning the Eastern Conference if Vladimir Tarasenko can still do what he's been doing. Yeah, so like I said, Sean Walker, Colorado, so we're out on Sean Walker. And okay, so the full trade of the Sean Walker while we wait for the Oilers stuff still is Ryan Johansson is going back to Philly in the Sean Walker trade. That's kind of I'm surprised by that, not gonna lie. Guys from Darren Drager's Ryan Johansson for Sean Walker. There could be more pieces, but that's what Colorado gave up. I'm kind of glad that Edmonton didn't go after Sean Walker at this point. Yeah. Well, Sean Walker only had 2.65. I can see what Ryan Johansson's was. I'm pretty sure Ryan Johansson is worth more. We'll just go quickly look at that contract. Google makes it so much easier to see contracts now. Yeah, he carries a $8 million cap hit. So that, yeah, there's a lot to go in on that trade there. Ryan Johansson has an $8 million cap hit. Oh, and a first-round pick is going to Philly as well as part of that deal. That's from David Pagnotta too. Yeah, so Oilers get Adam Henrique. It's not, no one knows who the third team is at this point because no one's reporting it. Adam Henrique, Sam Carrick to the Edmonton Oilers. I like it a lot. I think for a first and a conditional 5th, that keeps you so you can have your assets for the second, third round. This draft is not as deep as others, so yeah, the first would have been nice to keep, but I think just giving up the first for 2 players and that 5th is basically a 4th if they win the Stanley Cup to retain salary. That's a win for the Edmonton Oilers right there, especially on Adam Henrique's contract. And it gives the Oilers a little bit more goal scoring. Like I said, Adam Henrique has 18 goals this year, so he's going to hit the 20-goal mark. He has 24 assists. He does play center, shoots left, but can also kill penalties, and that's what the Oilers need to do. But that is probably it for this live stream, as yeah, it's not saying who the third-party team is. I will leave it in the comments who the third-party team is, But before I get out of here, if you guys have any questions about this trade and want to know something, go ahead and ask it. And Elliot Freeman just posted that the Oilers get a 7th round draft pick too in return. So 2 trade deadlines, Holland gets a 6th and a 7th back in part of everything. Kind of weird, but yeah. So we got a 7th round pick with Adam Henrique and Sam Carrick. Okay. You never know. Vinny Desharnais was a 7th round pick. That pick could turn out. And David Pagnotta on the Philly trade for Sean Walker. Ryan Johansson is going on waivers. So it was basically a first for Walker with some salary retained to go put Ryan Johansson on waivers. So that's that trade. I'll do a video about that later. Got some parenting to deal with. Oilers part with their first, have a 2nd, 5th, 2 6 for the 2024 draft, but they're likely still add depth defenseman, so stay tuned. That is from Mark Spector. So I'm not too sure who the third team is, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. I got to go deal with the daughter now. So thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more NHL content. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'll stay tuned with you guys if there's any more Oilers or NHL news. Have a good one.